Hello everybody, I'm MrThumb. This is my channel. And today, we're going to do the same shit we've been doing for the past month or so. We're going to watch a couple of videos, and then we're going to play some Monster Hunter Rise. So, without too much further ado, just a minute y'all, and we will jump right on into it. This first one really piqued my interest because I remember thinking about this when I was younger and then haven't really given it any thought since. What a second-person video game would look like, and by extension, what the fuck is second person?
Most 3D character-driven video games can be pretty easily placed into one of two categories, either first-person or third-person. In a first-person game, you see the game world through the actual eyes of the player character as though you were that character, and in a third-person game, you see the player character from the outside, often from behind their back or from a fixed isometric perspective. But the existence of these two perspectives begs a question. If this is what a first-person game looks like, and this is what a third-person video game looks like, what exactly would second person look like? Now, I'm not the first person to wonder about this. The question of whether or not a second person shooter could actually exist is one that has plagued video game message boards just about as long as the internet has existed. It's also served as the premise for some pretty good comedy sketches over the years, like this one from Mega 64.
Introducing the world's first second person shooter!
And this one from The Onion.
To enter second-person shooter mode, you just simply adjust the narrative slider from first to second.
You are walking down a long corridor. Suddenly, a Nazi leaps out from around a doorway and unleashes a hail of machine gun fire in your direction.
But to help us actually figure out what a second-person game would really be, I think it would be helpful to look at this grammatically. In written language, the term first person denotes any writing where the point of view uses phrases like I or my to tell a story from the perspective of the protagonist. Third person writing, on the other hand, uses third person pronouns, for example, he went this way, she went that way, etc., to talk about characters from an outside perspective. Now, second person writing does exist, but it's kind of a weird one. In second person, the primary pronoun used is you. You do this, you go there, etc. The second person is actually a lot less common in narrative writing and is actually something you're more likely to encounter in, say, a list of instructions or a choose-your-own-adventure book.
That's
now,
exactly
the analogous video
thinking,
game camera perspectives for first and third person writing are obvious, but what about for second person? We know what an I game looks like, and we know what a he game looks like, but what about a you game? Strangely enough, I actually found the answer to this before I even came up with a question, and believe it or not, it came to me courtesy of a game you may have heard me talk about once before, and that game is Driver San Francisco. See, for all the interesting missions in Driver San Francisco, and there are plenty of them, there's one mission in particular that I swear to God I think about all the time. The mission in question is called The Target, and it's the final mission of Chapter 6 of the game. In the game, you play as a cop named John Tanner, who, for reasons I won't get into here, basically has a superpower that allows you to take over the bodies of any other driver and has begun using that superpower to foil a possible terror plot from a gangster named Jericho. Over the course of the game, Tanner decides that the best way to unravel Jericho's plans is to do it from the inside, and in order to do that, Tanner takes over the body of a low-level henchman named Ordell and uses his driving skills to help move Ordell up the ranks. The final mission in this story arc sees you inhabiting Ordell's body one last time to complete a major assignment from his boss Layla, who is this international assassin and Jericho's second-in-command. Tanner's plan? Warp into Ordell's body and, without arousing suspicion, drive Layla and Ordell directly into police custody. Now, the mission begins as normal with Tanner and his partner Jones driving their iconic orange Dodge Challenger, and soon enough you warp into Ordell's body with Layla in the passenger seat where she gives you some clarity on your mission.
Ordell, I need nothing but your best today.
What's going down?
Jericho's got a problem he wants fixed. Get me to the target and I'll fix it.
So you drive to the destination she's given you, closing in on your target, and as you get close, this happens.
Slow down. We should acquire the target anytime now. The yellow Dodge, up ahead. Stay close, but don't be obvious.
How old is this game?
That's my car.
What? That's the cop that's been getting in our way.
Do we follow him to the target?
He is the target.
It's you. You've been assigned to kill you. Now, after that cutscene ends, you are back in Ordell's body in the first person with Layla sitting to your right. But then, you press the throttle to accelerate, and the car in front of you moves. You steer to the left and to the right, and the car in front of you moves to the left and then to the right. And then quickly, it sinks in that the car you're controlling is actually the car you're following. Your perspective as the player is entirely separate from what you're controlling as the player. In other words, you're pursuing you. Now, as you can see, the car that you're sitting in is moving too, but crucially, you're not the one who's controlling that car. The car you're sitting in is moving automatically, seemingly operated by an AI-controlled driver who's tailing the car you're actually controlling. It's basically like a chase mission in any other video game, just like you've seen countless other times, except for this time, it's flipped on its head. This time, you're the one being followed while simultaneously seeing it all unfold from the perspective of the car doing the following. And while it's hard for me to guess how well this comes across on video, all these elements combine to make something that is very, very odd to play. There's something shocking and disorienting about seeing a first-person perspective on your screen, but also not controlling that perspective while remotely operating the car that you're tailing. It's the closest a video game has ever gotten to feeling like a true out-of-body experience, and it's an experience that has stuck with me ever since I first played this game back in 2011. Now, when I first played Driver San Francisco 8 years ago, I kind of just played through this mission once, start to finish, marveling at the unique perspective that this mission granted you, but then moving on to the rest of the game. But I've always felt like if I ever came back to this game, I'd want to pick this mission apart and see what makes it tick, and that's part of what I hope to accomplish with this video. See, as cool as this mission is, it's also pretty linear. The whole thing takes place with you driving down this completely locked down race course with no exits or detours, pretty much just a straight shot to the exit. I've always assumed that the developer Reflections designed the mission this way due to the technological limitations of this weird second-person camera that they built just for this mission. Perhaps there was no way for them to get this camera to behave properly in the actual open world with all the various streets, elevations, and alleyways you could dip into, not to mention the other street traffic, and on top of that, they built this mission with a pretty strict countdown timer, forcing you to hit the checkpoints in rapid succession, something that I always assumed was placed there to keep you from ever veering too far off the path and breaking the game somehow. Still, I've always wondered about the actual limitations of this mission, and I knew that this time around I wanted to test out whether or not there was any way to escape, so before finishing the mission, I paused, started it over, and then this time, instead of starting the race as intended, I swung the car into a 180, driving the car backwards in the wrong direction. Now, when I do this, the AI driver immediately begins panicking, rapidly spinning the steering wheel, trying desperately to keep my car visible in frame, and then eventually it turns around 180 degrees to reveal what looks like the entire open world of Driver San Francisco, seemingly 100% accessible to the player. Now, I drove away from the racetrack and began exploring, and I kept bracing myself to hit some kind of invisible wall or failure state for going off course, but it never happened. It all actually worked. I merged into traffic and the second-person camera followed me, immaculately bobbing and weaving through the other cars on the road. It was around this time that I noticed there was no timer. It turns out that Reflections had generously designed this mission, intentionally or unintentionally, so that the mission countdown timer doesn't actually begin until you reach the first checkpoint, meaning that if you never hit that first checkpoint, you can drive around forever.
What kind of Groundhog Day bullshit?
This led to what I can only describe as a transcendent video game experience. It felt like I was seeing something that I was never meant to see. This ability to explore the city as much as I wanted to, all from this wholly unique, extremely surreal second-person viewpoint. It felt like a magical experience and one that almost nobody else has experienced for themselves. Now, revisiting this mission and managing to escape the confines laid down by the developers all those years ago, I really wanted to try and push this thing to its limits. I couldn't resist trying to break things a little. I drove the car off ramps, into oncoming traffic, all of it, but surprisingly, it held together perfectly. That is, until I tried one specific thing. See, I haven't talked about it before, but this mission actually does have a failure condition. In the lower right corner of the screen, there's a health meter, and it represents the health of Tanner's car, the car you're chasing / driving. But if you get into one too many collisions while driving this car in the second person, you can actually run out of health, causing Tanner to die and the mission to end in a loss. Now, this is actually pretty hard to achieve on the default mission path they laid out, but driving into oncoming lanes of traffic and ramping off car transporters had taken its toll on my vehicle, and I only had a small sliver of health left. Wanting to explore this mission as long as possible, I gingerly pulled Tanner's car into a narrow alleyway and then decided to try out the one thing I hadn't attempted yet. I turned around and drove the car in the second person directly at myself. This put the AI driver in a weird position. It now had to drive backwards just to keep me in the frame, and it was also narrowly sandwiched between the two walls of the alley, giving it almost no room to maneuver. I kept driving towards myself, putting on the pressure closer and closer, and then...
Oh, that broke it.
Nice work.
It broke. All at once, the second-person vehicle shoots into a wall, clips through it, and then launches hundreds of feet into the air. Briefly, one frame at a time, we can get glimpses of the chaos that unfolded. We see the car inside the wall, then we see the car's front console flipped over, we see what appears to be the ocean floor, and then the pavement as seen from underneath. We see rooftops, the driver's arm, the sky, trees, abstract geometry, and then the city from above, flooded with unloaded geometry. After that, we see the car spinning and spinning in midair, giving us glimpses of San Francisco from above, before finally getting so high that nothing can be seen but endless ocean. And then, black. Suddenly, all at once, the car snaps back to Earth. The health meter for Tanner's vehicle turns blindingly white, and then the second-person viewpoint fills with an orange-yellow hue, Tanner's car. Quickly, it becomes clear that the second-person car has somehow spawned inside of Tanner's vehicle, dealing infinite damage to the car. A deafening crash sound can be heard, and shattered glass flies everywhere, and then, for a brief moment, right before the mission ends, the camera inexplicably shifts into Tanner's car, where the car is balanced on its nose, its windshield shattered, thrust impossibly through another vehicle. And then, horrifically, the camera clips through the back of Tanner's partner's head and shows us the backside of his eyeballs and tongue. A truly terrifying second-person perspective if ever there was one. Shaken by my otherworldly encounter seemingly brought on by pushing this already existential mission to its limits, I reset the mission and played beginning to end one last time, this time careful to do it the right way, not wanting to disturb whatever eldritch being I'd upset by breaking the mission in the first place. After all, I thought, I know that every mission in Driver San Francisco ends with a continue and retry option, so if I really wanted to explore this mission again, I could always hit the retry button to give it another shot after running through it normally. So, I proceed to complete the mission as intended, a mission, by the way, that ends with the antagonist Jericho actually taking over your body and attempting to drive you into a lethal car accident.
You mean Jericho?
Sit back and enjoy the show. Not many people get to watch themselves die.
A problem that Tanner
oh,
decides to solve
shit.
by, disturbingly enough, shifting for the first and only time in the game into his partner Jones's body. Yes, that partner.
What the hell's going on?
Anyways, I go to finish the mission the normal way, staying on the path, fully expecting the restart option that appears after most missions to show up. Instead, I get to the end of the mission, and for some reason that I still can't explain, the only option was continue. The reset option had vanished. Panicked, I quickly hit Alt F4 and exited the game, hoping I could load up my save file and play through the mission again, but it was too late. It had already auto-saved over my file, and the mission was gone with no way to replay it again.
Damn it.
Look, Driver San Francisco is a game full of weird, interesting, strikingly designed missions, but to me, the target has always stood out as the perfect example of what makes this game special. Video games are an entire medium built around taking over others' bodies, and Driver San Francisco is a richly existential and metatextual reflection of this idea. This mission in particular brought these ideas to the fore in a way that I wasn't fully prepared for and that I'm only now beginning to wrap my head around years and years later. Even writing the script for this video felt like a mind-bending exercise in trying to explain something that is borderline unexplainable. You really have to play it for yourself to get a full sense of how crazy this mission feels. In designing this mission, Reflections took decades of 3D video game conventions and turned them on their head to create what feels like a truly out-of-body experience. That, to me, is an accomplishment worth celebrating. Please play Driver San Francisco.
If you're here, who's in your body?
Well, no one. Oh, God.
Never
All right, so a
heard
couple
of
quick
this
updates on the Driver San Francisco situation. The
There's a
petition
situation,
to get
okay.
Ubisoft to relist the game that I mentioned at the end of my last video is now at over 70,000 signatures, which is insane. Please, if you have any interest in this game, please sign this petition. it now feels like 100,000 is within our grasp, which is crazy, and I can't believe I'm saying, but it could
How old is
happen,
this video?
which to me feels like an unignorable number. But in the meantime, as you might have noticed, Ubisoft has not relisted the game. They have been ignoring the 70,000 signatures we have. And on a totally unrelated note, not connected at all, Driver San Francisco, since my video last month, has been in the top 10 most downloaded games on the Pirate Bay. Totally no relationship there, not mentioning that for any reason at all, just saying the game is not available, and it's also one of the most pirated video games.
We're gonna switch back to my face here.
For the past month, just a coincidence. Also, totally unrelated to the fact that this game is apparently very popular on Pirate Bay. Did you know that if you go to nordvpn.org/Babylonian, you can go to websites,
I think the petition is gone.
without being tracked by your ISP or anybody else. So that means that, for example, if you were to go to, and I'm not saying you should, a website that allowed you to download a video game that is no longer available and can be easily pirated with just a few clicks, and you don't want to get an angry email from your ISP saying you can't do that, you should invest in a VPN. If you go to nordvpn.org/Babylonian and use coupon code Babylonian to get 70% off their 3-year plan and get 1 full month of VPN coverage.
This is a whole campaign for this
If you
dude.
enjoyed this video,
Check this out.
please share it with anyone you think would like it.
So I'll switch me back to my face cam here, or the game cam. He has another video about this called "The Best Game Ubisoft Won't Let You Play." This might be worth checking out. Can we play this game? Huh. Wow, and this was a Wii game. What a trip. Okay.
Today on Go.
Moving on. So our next video, since I kind of spoiled it on accident here, is what if Ark's Giga entered Jurassic World? For anybody that doesn't know, there's a video game called Ark. What are you doing on my channel if you don't know what Ark is? But for one of you that may not know, it's a video game called Ark. It is a survival game with dinosaurs. And the Giga in that, or the Giganotosaurus in that game is fucking massive. Extremely massive. To the point where it could just about fit a T-Rex in its mouth. So this is exploring what would happen if that monstrosity was in Jurassic World.
OG Center, the islands of Jurassic will quake on the arrival of one of the most ferocious video game dinosaurs of all time, Ark's Giga. In today's What If scenario, we'll discuss what would happen if this animal of titanic proportions manages to make landfall on one of these islands, its effect on the environment, and what dinosaurs will plummet down the food chain as a result. Our Jurassic Park super predators are now at risk. Will they find a way to prevail, or will they also be demoted to prey?
I feel like most of them will almost certainly be prey.
Ark's Giga to the Jurassic world. Before we unleash the Giga on these biomes, we first need to understand the basics of this animal. This creature is one of the most powerful tameable dinosaurs in Ark Survival Evolved.
They're also a
for its
bastard to
massive
tame.
size, capability to outrun almost anything, its immense health levels, and extremely heavy damage. Now, it is a bit unorthodox to migrate video game attributes to a more grounded cinematic universe, but we'll do our best to make this Giga true to its video game capabilities. There are a couple of attributes that we need to discuss if this what-if scenario is going to be at all entertaining. The very first is its Gnash ability, or effect inflicted on anything that it bites. This causes certain creatures to lose 1% of their max health for the next 5 seconds. So how can this effect be used in a more or less real-life scenario against the dinosaurs in Jurassic? Well, if you didn't know, this Giganotosaurus's teeth are known to have a narrow, sharp leaf-like shape, which are perfect for slicing.
So it's going to
Sharp
cause
weapons
big
such as
bleeds
this will
if it
cause
bites you.
Uncontrollable bleeding if they manage to
Yep.
pierce. Similar to losing 1% of your health over some time, losing this much blood during combat is pretty much comparable. The more blood you lose, the weaker you become. Hence, your health depletes at a fast rate. Except in real life, this isn't limited to just 5 seconds. Anything will continue to lose blood until it bleeds to death. The next ability that is imperative to bring up is its Rage. In Ark, this Giga has a mechanic which will trigger something known as Rage Mode. As this Giga receives a ton of damage over a short period of time, this Rage meter will max out, causing this Giga to literally go berserk. This in turn causes this animal to inflict a lot more damage and destroy anything around it, even its rider and any friendly tames. How would this work in real life? There are actually instances in which real animals go through said Rage Mode. War elephants are the perfect example. There have been countless instances and reports of elephants getting peppered with flaming arrows, receiving several cuts, and other damage that would make them run amok. Similar to this Giga, the elephants would ignore the commands of their riders, trampling friend and foe alike. So can this Giga run amok in real life? Most definitely yes. If this Giga finds itself in a situation where it receives tons of damage from all directions in a short span of time, it will only cause this thing to rage. Lastly, we must discuss this animal's size. There isn't an exact number, but by looking at this reference of this Giga's dossier, and assuming this fella is around 6 feet in height, we can conclude that this Giga is anywhere between a whopping 69 to 71 feet in length, and 35 feet in height. That's standing in this particular posture. So yes, as you can imagine, this animal that will be stomping through the plains of Isla Nublar and
big
Sorna
boy right
already
there.
has a massive size advantage. But will this even matter? Let's find out. The first island to be introduced to Ark's Giga will be Isla Sorna, a land filled with different predators and terrain types, elevations, and obstacles. Ark's Giga has this in the bag pretty much. Back in Ark, we see that this animal thrives in hostile environments, most notably the volcano found in the island. Its size makes us believe that this animal would easily tear through any tough terrain and simply step over anything that would give pause to a smaller theropod. Let's talk about this biome's food chain. If you are familiar with this island's inhabitants, you'll recall that the top of this food chain is contested between two apex predators, T-Rexes and the Spinosaurus. Now, in later seasons of Camp Cretaceous, we find that Big Edie and Asset 87 are both native to Isla Sorna. These specimens grew pretty big, the Spino reaching lengths of almost 55 feet and Big Edie of up to 44 plus feet in length. In this scenario, these two are still on Isla Sorna and will be responsible for holding the top ranks of this island's food chain. But they're not alone up there. They are also accompanied by genetically engineered dromaeosaurs labeled as velociraptors. There are a couple of variants on this island, but both with extremely developed brains and capabilities to conduct well-coordinated attacks. Ark's Giga now has competition. It won't take long before all three of these predator groups realize that there is a peculiar scent in the air, something unlike they've ever encountered before. What will the Giga start doing upon making landfall? Well, since it's so used to literally wandering about killing everything in its path back in Ark, it will proceed to do the exact same thing here. Nobody is safe, even these oversized armored herbivores. Ankylosaurus can only swing its tail so high, same goes with the Stegosaurus. Triceratops can only raise its brow horns to a certain height as well. The bottom line is that although these weapons would be effective against predators such as a T-Rex, these would not be enough to fend off a 70-plus foot-long predator like Ark's Giga. But what about sauropods? These guys aren't safe either. Remember, this animal's Ark Nash ability takes form as severe bleed damage in the cinematic universe. A well-placed bite to the neck of this brachiosaur, for example, would be more than enough to bring down this large sauropod. A herd of Mamenchisaurus would probably fend off a Giga if and only if they are concentrated in large numbers. The bull sauropods could form a defensive line of whipping tails, but even this could end in complete disaster. They aren't facing Rexes and Spinos anymore. This is a predator in a class of its own. This bite, powered by these enormous jaws, means no herbivore is safe on this island. Now, let's talk about the fight for the top of the food chain. If Giga survives this contest, we'll send him over to Isla Nublar. If we compare this Giga to the predators in this island, we'll notice a severe size
face
difference.
camera.
In
Oh, that was
Jurassic,
funny.
being a taller theropod pays off pretty well. We've seen how Rexes in particular have trouble against taller carnivores, often getting shoved down using a critical angle of attack. This Giga will most likely exploit this height advantage to its fullest. This also goes for the Spinosaurus. A fight between these predators would potentially go like this. Giga acknowledges the clear height advantage and attempts to subjugate the opponent by bringing it down, opening a space to clamp its massive jaws on the victim and let the bleeding do the work. Unfortunately for both the Rex and the Spino, this guy is just simply too big to push and to inflict enough damage for it to back off. Because of the Giga's nature to kill everything upon sight, the first encounter with a Spinosaurus would mean that this creature would be extinct in Isla Sorna. The remaining T-Rexes, who see that this Giga is unbeatable, would simply get out of its way. Raptors in this island would most likely not mess with an animal this large. If they don't already mess with Rexes and Spinos, it is even more unlikely that they will try to bring down a super predator of sauropod-like proportions. They'd keep to themselves, feeding off the animals that were not consumed by the Giga. As this predator wanders through the island, any animal that comes across would get killed. But would it kill for sport? In Ark Survival Evolved, this animal's behavior is to kill everything around it. Perhaps this creature isn't down to thrive with anything with a pulse, and will instinctively kill any moving creature simply because it's hardwired to do so, instead of finding pleasure in doing it. So, who remains? Only the animals that can hide from plain sight or keep a distance. Pterosaurs would simply remain at bay thanks to their ability to fly. Small dinosaurs such as Compys and Dilophosaurus would remain hidden in the thick forests. Velociraptors would eventually run out of medium-sized herbivores to hunt down, forcing them to turn against the smaller carnivores and eventually each other. As we can see, the entire food chain would collapse with the advent of this dinosaur. If the Giga stays here for a few years, it will eventually kill off every large predator. But we'll transport this creature to Isla Nublar, where a new type of
shit,
predator
we're not even done.
awaits. Now we'll travel down to Isla Nublar, where our Giga has just stepped on its shores. Here, we have plenty of predators to look out for as well. But talking about how Ark's Giga would fare against dinosaurs like the Monolophosaurus or Carnotaurus is a waste of time. We need to focus on these four predators, who would take up the top
Carnotaurus
ranks
is
of
much
this
too
island's
small.
food chain. Rexy, the Raptors, the Indominus Rex, and the Mosasaurus. Admittedly, this island in this scenario was already going to crap, since the Indominus Rex would already be killing everything in its path for fun. So now that makes two crazy predators that would in no time wipe out all large wildlife on this island. But who will cancel the other out? In the previous island, we saw that T-Rexes don't really stand a chance against this dinosaur. But the other three might or might not, depending on the
Rexy's
circumstance.
deceased.
Let
Okay.
us explain. If the Indominus Rex lays eyes on the Giga, it will immediately acknowledge that this dinosaur will most definitely be difficult to handle on its own. After all, this creature measures 70 feet, and even a
Yeah, the
full-grown
Indominus is supposed to be
Rex
pretty
would have
smart.
trouble bringing this thing down. This creature is crazy, but it's not stupid either. All animals are hardwired to stay alive as long as possible, and an intelligent dinosaur like the Indominus Rex will now have to think of how it will stay alive, since this thing will eventually cause the Indominus to run out of food. In the past, we've seen one method of how the Indominus Rex dealt with such threats. Upon seeing that fighting humans with firearms would be difficult to fend off, it resorted to a base instinct found in this animal's genome: pack hunting. That's right, knowing how this thing is part raptor and how it's able to communicate with them, the Indominus would probably figure out that the best way to deal with this new super predator would be to form an alliance with these raptors. The more raptors involved, the better the chances are of bringing this guy down. In this franchise, raptors hunt in coordinated attacks. One gains the attention of the victim, while another member of the pack ambushes from the side. Except in this case, the best dinosaur to perform this ambush is the Indominus Rex. Its camouflaged body will give it the perfect cover to attempt this surprise attack. But would this even work? Assuming that these raptors had the balls to see this through, these raptors would lure the Giga into a predetermined kill zone, where the Indominus pounces forward, attacking this Giga's flank. This would probably
But
work
is
on
it
another
big enough
big
to actually-
theropod, but remember,
to actually
this
kill
is
something as
not
big as
just
the
any
Giga?
predator. This is Ark's Giga, and this animal, after receiving damage from all angles in a short span of time, this creature will turn amok. or activate the said rage mode we discussed earlier. That's right. In the real world, animals, including us humans that go berserk, will experience something known as adrenaline, a hormone released by the adrenal glands that will trigger this amok state, heightening pain tolerance, increasing strength levels, thus allowing said animal to inflict more powerful damage. Upon seeing the loss of a couple of the pack members, these raptors will cut their losses, flee, and never face this dinosaur again. The Indominus won't get away with this too quickly. Because it is the largest, this creature will proceed to get hunted down by the much larger Giga, and most likely lose a fight against an enormous, abnormally enraged bull Giganotosaurus. This guy is the equivalent of a land-based, oversized Mosasaurus. Speaking of which, let's move over to the lagoon. Things here will get interesting. Assuming that the Mosasaur is ballsy enough to try and ambush the Giga, this could go in one of two ways. Jurassic has made it really difficult determining the exact size of this animal. It literally changes size every time you see it. If this Mosasaur is indeed the size as seen here, then there is no doubt that an animal this large can bring down a Giga, dragging it into the water, drowning it during an ambush. But if this Mosasaur is as large as some of these official sources claim, then Ark's Giga will probably fare a lot better. If ambushed, this creature is robust and strong enough to hold its ground and pull backwards, beaching the Mosasaur onto dry land, allowing the Giga to easily outmaneuver a beached Mosasaur and go in for the kill. So, would the Giga comfortably thrive in these islands? The answer would be a simple yes. As we can see, there is no real threat for this animal, aside from a hypothetically large Mosasaurus. Ark's Giga will remain as the uncontested predator in this island, just as it is in Ark Survival Evolved. Let us know in the comments if there is another dinosaur that could pose a threat. Special thanks to Johnny
Gigas kill
Riot
literally
and
everything
Evolution
in their
Square
path.
for providing epic game footage to bring this episode to life. Go check them out, subscribe, and tell them Goji sent ya. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more what-if scenarios across different universes, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
All right. So that was one of the sillier videos we've watched on this channel. What if Ark's Giga entered Jurassic World? It would murderize everything in its path. Pretty straightforward. So, ooh, hey now. We'll look behind the curtain there. Now it is 8:45. So, we are gonna jump into some Monster Hunter Rise. Let's see. Give me just a moment. Get this game launched and we'll jump on in. Oh, I can also probably play some music while we're waiting. Speaking of playing some Monster Hunter Rise, got some cool news for the channel. We are going to be upgrading our streaming rig. So, what does that mean? Right now, we're running a gaming laptop, just an ROG Strix. It's got a 2070 Max Q and a Core i7 in it, and it has served me very well since the beginning of the pandemic. This was my first gaming rig, and it's been awesome the whole time since then. But it's starting to run out of horsepower for what I do. It was awesome as just a gaming rig, still is, if I'm being honest. But it's just not quite cutting it as a gaming, streaming, and recording rig. Hey, here we are. So, this morning, we ordered a RTX 3080. I already have an extra i7 floating around. Got a new motherboard, a new case, new monitor, the whole nine. And all of that should be in over the course of this week. So hopefully, either Friday or Monday, one of those 2 days, I'm probably going to cancel the stream that day and use that time to set up my rig. Unless, you know, it comes in on Sunday or whatever and I have time to do it before then. But, yeah, if it's not here, or if it's all here by Friday, I'll use that day. If not, I'll set it up over the weekend. And we will hopefully be able to start both streaming and recording at the same time and not having major performance issues that have been coming with it. Which will mean, instead of just doing these live streams and then leaving the VODs up in perpetuity afterwards, we can...
I knew you were gonna say that.
Let's see. We can realize that I don't know what I set my music levels at. That's what we can do. Yeah, they're fine. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, I can edit these VODs down to like a shorter, more consumable form than, you know, a 2-hour stream. Also, editing on a 3080 instead of a 2070 Max Q will be fucking very, very nice. That's probably a little meta for most of the people in here, but yeah. Editing on this laptop, it's doable, but it's not great.
Yes.
Especially if I'm trying to cut down an entire, like, 1.5 to 3 hour video. Those first stages are real rough. Real rough.
These are the available quests.
All right. So yesterday, Wednesday, Monday, we beat the shit out of Anjanath and Tobi Kadachi. I don't want to fight Somnicanth. Probably the easiest fight on this roster right now. Oh, that's right. And we beat Ibushi. We beat Ibushi for the first time. Let's see here.
Master Hojo drew all the monster pictures. Aren't they great? I'm trying to learn as well, but it's very hard.
Zingor? I feel like that's an ambitious opener. But I feel like all of them are. Because it's really just... If I don't want to fight Somnicanth, it's really just Zingor and Nargacuga. So I guess it's Zingor. Let's go.
Wish you luck.
Welcome.
Ooh, we've got a bait extender. A bait window. That's cool. We got some new jewels in here. Only a couple, I think. Yeah, just a couple. Can I get in any pin sets? Nope. Sure can't. Okay.
Looking for something new or an upgrade?
Will I hit harder? I feel like I'll hit harder. A lot more armor. Maybe I should just get good and quit bitching. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Till next time.
I'm sitting here going, man, do I have enough? Can I win this? I just need to get good. I just need to fight and not get hit so much. I'm gonna ride this armor all the way through until... Well, I'm gonna try it. Alright, Rondine, what do you got for me? So much stuff. Okay, where do I pick up my stuff?
Let us begin.
There we go. Oh,
Farewell.
nope. Still lots of more stuff to get. Is there anything in the Kahoot nest? There is. Okay. That's adorable. Alright, it's time to fuck off. Let's go kill some shit.
Ready for anything.
Come here, Rose. Oh, that's right. I still need to fix my... Who am I fighting? Zinger. Oh. We'll go to this up here. Still need to fix my item wheel and do a few other things too. Maybe I'll take a day and do some playing off stream and just do some of like the bullshit that needs to be done. What up, bro? See you there. Don't worry, I'll get to you. I wonder if old Thunder Boy here. Yep, he is weak to it. Woo. Yeah, son, let's go. Get out of here.
Thanks, buddy.
Missed him. Get over here. Yeah. I feel like the music isn't coming through at all. Yeah. Definitely feels like the music's not quite coming through. Ooh, good hit there. No, it wasn't, but... Ooh! Hey now, hey now. There we go. Get my attack butterfly. Ooh. I broke his little cycle there. Let's go. Fuck you. Ow. Off. You can keep every bit of that to yourself, sir. Let me know in the stream, how does the, can you hear the music over the fight? As good as the sound effects are in this game, I'm sure nobody wants to just sit here and listen to Zinger and yell for the next 15 minutes. I can subtly hear you. Okay. Let's fix that.
I'm going after it.
Mainly hear the fighting. Okay, is that more better? Trying to grab all my... There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Okay. Yeah. Do one more. Bump the music.
Who's up for walkies?
Hey now. Sir. Ow. Shit. No.
Thanks, buddy.
Come here. Oh, shit. Okay. Ouch, kabibbles. Shit. Shit. Merp. Okay. And since I'm fucking with audio levels, what about me? Can you hear me over the fighting? Let's see. He's up here a little bit further. Yeah, we can hear you clearly. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey now. Get your shit together, Zingor. Okay. We're all buffed up. Let's bully this guy. That's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Right there. Ooh! I don't know what that was. That looked terrifying. But so is this. Aha! Go fuck yourself, Shocky boy. Fuck you. Stupid shock dog. Bruh. I don't like you very much, Senor. Ugh. Am I just bad at this lately?
Better follow it.
Ooh. Song be a banger though. Couple of good hits there. Good. He must be enraged because he's doing long combos. Shit. Yeah, he looks angry. Oh, that just knocked him out of it? I don't know. He was at least in Thunder Mode. One more. No, just the two. Yeah. One, two. Okay. Sometimes two, sometimes three. That should probably heal. Sometimes kind of good, sometimes maybe sheep. One. Okay, must be out of enraged mode. Hard to tell in this game. Yeah. Just one hit combos. Or I should say no combos, just single hit attacks. So there's one. How do I tell when you're enraged? Sick. Well, fuck you. How about that? Well, I just go up here where you can't hit me. How about that?
Stop begging for mercy.
Ooh, what's this? A lantern bug? Whaler. No. Whale nerd. I don't know.
Looks like there's something here. What's this?
Choice mushroom. Okay. No. Come back. I don't want to fight you, bro. I don't want nothing to do with you yet. Whew. Man, that screech is terrifying. To this day. Damn. Ooh, yeah, you two duke it out. Did you run all the way down here just to give him a fuck you? That's funny. Bruh. Fuck this shock dog. One, two, three. Decent hit there. Okay. One, two, just two. One. I apologize if this is annoying listening to me count as attacks. But I'm having way more trouble with this than I probably should. I could upgrade my armor, and that would make this way easier. But Mama didn't raise a scrub. Even if I'm geared like a scrub. God, maybe I'm a scrub. Oh, shit. Fuck you, bro. Keep that shit to yourself. That's number 3. Go away now. Big bitch. There. Eat flashball. Or, once again, we can miss every single shot. Love that. I love to see that shit. Okay. What are we doing? Ooh, you're tired. Sweet. Our prey is weak and ripe for capture. Bet. Come on, waiting on that blue skull. For anybody that doesn't know, top right. Once you get them weak enough to capture, they get a little blue skull above their icon. There it is. Okay. Now we just gotta give him the old trapperino. The old trapacito, if you will. Oh! Shit. Shit, fuck. Shit. That's right. He's immune to those. Merp. Ah, shit on a shingle. That means I gotta go probably just back to camp. Rosie, help me, dog. Okay. What's this? Just a nerd. Okay. Item box. Manage items. Do we need nets? Yes. Run to the sub camp. Okay. Let's craft up this net real quick. With this trap. There we go. Shit. Did not mean to go there. Oh well, that'll work. Ooh. It's a jewel lily here. Eat it. What's up, bro? God, bro. I'll take that every time. Some ivy to replenish what I just used. Even better. What else? Some sleep herb there. I don't really need that if I'm being honest. This is might be a bad move. This might not be the move, but we're gonna try it anyway. You may need what? Okay. Excuse me. That was ominous.
Say goodbye. It's all you've got.
Ooh, that was a good one. Good wake up right there. Let's go. I got it.
Piece of cake.
Righty. Got us a Zingor. That means that's only one left. It's the guy that pushed our shit in last time. The Nargacuga. Alright. So, we are at that 1 hour mark, which means it's time for a short break. Then we're going to come back and we're going to fight Nargacuga. So, see y'all in a minute. And we're back, y'all.
I've been waiting for you.
One more. Could do so many hands, but I'm not.
Good luck.
We're gonna fight Nargacuga. I had a what am I? Oh, shock traps. Okay, I can make more shock traps. Crap. I can't make more shock traps. Okay. These go. And where are my traps? For real though, where are my traps? There they are. Okay. Oh, I never pulled out my power talent and armor talent. Heck yeah! I left all that damage on the table, man. And my flash pods. Okay. Cool. Hit the canteen.
To go.
Let's make this a quick one.
Okay. Nargacuga. Here I come.
Join.
Grab that real quick. Eat it.
There you are.
Aiki, Nargacuga is one of the sickest dragons. I know he's a wyvern, but he is, in my opinion, one of the coolest designs.
This is gonna hurt. Here it comes.
Ooh, I completely missed. Bummer. Oh, that would have been a great time. But I missed the lineup there. That's okay. Nope, quite. Still not quite. Alright, buddy. Man, he will really punish you if you wirefall at the wrong time. Ooh, free meal. Let's go, son. Love that skill.
Say goodbye.
Damn. Two. Okay, so no wire falling away from him.
I'm not giving up yet. Let's go.
Bummer.
Gotta stay sharp.
Ooh, we'll use this opportunity to gather up some more essences, or some more spirit birds here. Come to the next part of the fight a little more prepared. If I wasn't so damn proud, I'd try to slot Fortify. I've never run Fortify in a build before. For anybody that doesn't know, Fortify is a skill that increases your power every time you die. It's basically the Saiyan skill. Every time you die, every time you lose the fight, or every time you cart in this game, when you come back with a little bit more health, a little bit more armor, and a little bit more attack. Okay, he's not enraged, so that's a good thing. Okay. Turn around. Got him. One to the face. Just the one. Still just the one hit. Probably shouldn't be teeing off on his back legs. He took basically no damage there. 1, 2. Not surprising since he's not enraged, but he will occasionally do that. Good hits, good hits. Damn. No. Just one? Yeah, just one. What are you doing, Naruto? Ooh, that's good. Now the fight starts for real. Nice. Ow. Man. Yeah, I hit that shit. Two. That's what I was looking for right there. Okay. Ooh. Just kidding. What you got? What you got? What you got? Where's my bombs? Where's my bombs? There's my bombs. Okay, screw it. Bam! Okay, come over here. Come get the float fish. Ooh, another free meat. That.
I'm going after it.
Hey, hey, you get back here. Take that lantern bug too. That. For anybody that doesn't know, lantern bugs absorb whatever the next hit you take. It doesn't matter if it was just the tiniest little bump or if it was a one shot, it'll absorb that hit for you. That's what that little red meter is up there above my head. The new one. Woohoo! Ooh. Yes, I'll take that. You got zippy zapped. Bam. Okay. Toby Kadachi. Hitting pretty hard today. Sweet.
And stay down.
I don't think I've cut off not one single tail this whole time since I started this playthrough. Ooh, that didn't work. There we go. I was trying to get my counter off, but I didn't quite have it lined up right. Shit. No, no. Get the boost. There it is. Oh, yep, there it goes. Come on, Rose, I need you. There you are. Yeah. I see that face looking all beat up, bro. Ooh, you got it down? I really want to get the rest of my buff, but I really want to punish his face. Yeah, we missed the big hit. That's okay. We still got some good damage in there. No.
Get to follow it.
Is it running?
Let's go.
I hear him. He sounds angry. Right.
Here comes the pain.
I'm a little disappointed that that did so little damage because I feel like that was pretty cool. That's how you dodge that one. Alright, I'm learning these moves again. Two. One more. There it is. Got my orange extract. Alright, let's tee off on his arms. See if we can get him, see if we can make it take the platform to move around. 1, 2. Get away from him. Ooh, he's out of rage mode. Out of rage, so that's... Well, it was good until he just fucking domed me up here. Domed me up was definitely not the word I was looking for that. Oh well, you all know what I mean. Get out of here. Okay. Attack butterfly. I already hit it. I have not. Okay, we'll take that. We'll take that every time.
Say goodbye.
Bam. Alright, starting to feel pretty good about this fight now.
Thanks, buddy.
Feels like we're really getting in the flow with it. I definitely need to break off the sharp.
Let's go.
Oh, not what I meant to do. That's not what I meant to
This
do.
should do.
Ah. Whoa. Shit. Uh-oh. That's not good. That's what I get for saying I was starting to do better. Second he said I was doing better, he's like, nah, bitch. Remember who you're fighting. Pretty high up there for... We'll take a little bit extra health, I mean, you know. Not to say no. Maybe a little more armor. A little more damage. Alright. Alright, let's go get him. Sweet. Let's head that way. I've got time. Sick. That's maxed out, so that's good. Okay, so he should be right down here now. Ooh, help. There it is. Nope, told you he'd be right there. And yeet! Got some good hits in right off the get-go. Dude! It's 3! What are you doing, baby? He don't know.
Here it comes. For what?
Come on out here. 2, 3. Goodness. That's number 3. There. I've been really abusing these flash bombs. And I'm gonna keep doing it. Shit. Shit fuck. Okay. Shit. Trying to get away from you. Button craft. Oh, shit. Shit. Get shot. That's what. Woohoo! He is right here. Got it. I wanted a shock trap because I don't think... Ooh, he's a bigot. I don't think that I would have enough time to set a pitfall trap. They take too long to activate. But that worked out pretty good. All right. What time is it? 9:30? Yeah, we might even have time to fight whatever the urgent quest is. Let's go. I have an unusual quest for you. Okie dokie, what you got? An urgent quest awaits. Rakna-Kadaki. Okay. Forgot about Rakna-Kadaki. I like Rakna-Kadaki. That was a cool monster. She seems a little unsettled by it.
Here to protect you. Yeah.
Do I have time? I don't know. I was thinking it was going to be a Bushi again. Thinking maybe we'll save Rakna Kadaki for Friday. That'll be a great way to kick off the weekend. You know, we'll do Rakna Kadaki and a couple others, and hopefully work our way up to 8-star up west. So, I guess that's it for tonight, y'all. Have a good one. I will catch y'all next time.